Hello all my beautiful stitching friends. Sandy the Sunroom Stitcher coming to you from the beautiful cold and sunny lilac thicket. So what is today? Let's see. Today is the day the Lord made, so let us rejoice in it. With that being said, today is Monday. It is December 6th. 2021, and it is 9:37 in the morning. And it's been 2 weeks since I last talked to you. I feel so blessed to be here today and really in very good spirits. As cold as it is, the sun is shining, the skies are incredibly blue, and doesn't get much better than that. And when I woke up this morning, I wanted to listen to a Bible in a Year podcast. So I like to do that in the morning when it's quiet, and I can just close my eyes and listen to Father Mike. And when it was over, I picked up my cell phone and I opened my eyes, and we have a crucifix above our bed, and there was a shaft of light that was on the wall that sort of looked like a spike that had been used for Jesus, in Jesus' crucifixion. And I took a picture of it and I sent it to my best friend Leslie, and I said, so is this a coincidence or is this God talking to me? She said, it's God. I love my best friend. So anyways, let's see. In 2 weeks, I did start on Gloria. And this is the... I should have known better, huh? Gloria. And Gloria was a pattern in the November-December 1995 issue of Cross Stitch and Country Craft magazine, which is no longer being published, and that's a shame. I hate it. I enjoyed that magazine, and I like Cross Country Stitching, the one that was put out by Jeremiah Junction. I liked that. I think I appreciate it more now than I did then. Then there was a wonderful Treasures in Needlework that was put out that would have fabulous stuff in it. Then there was Needle News, Needle Nuts, something like that. And then there was Fine Lines, which I have every issue of that. It had really interesting stuff in it too. And Just Cross Stitch was really a very good magazine back then. It's not, since Annie's gotten its hands on it. But anyways, so this is what I started. And it's been going very, very slowly. But I am absolutely gobsmacked. And you're not going to be able to see it because the light is crappy in there. But the colors are so rich, and it is 2 strands of DMC and 1 strand of the Krennic blending filament, and I swear it looks like the crown jewels, and just so gorgeous. And now if you want to take a really close look at that, in the link below there is a link to my stitching blog, and it's called From the Stitching in the Lilac Thicket, I believe is what my blog's called, and or Stitching from the Lilac Thicket. And I have some close-up pictures of it, and actually you can see how the opalescent fabric blings out. And yeah, so that's the only thing I've been working on, and it is slow, and that's fine because I've been savoring it. That's the nice thing about a slow stitcher, is you get to savor it. And as we all know, savoring is wonderful. So that really is the only thing that I've stitched on. There have been no finishes or anything like that. Just joy in the journey, really. And I did buy some stash, and this is one of the things that I want to do. It helps keep me accountable, so I don't spend a lot of money on stash, because Lord knows I don't need to. But I do like to occasionally support the designers whose freebies that I take or I share. I like to support them by purchasing things, so because I appreciate what they do. It's a really it's a really nice gift to get a nice freebie. It is. And so that's why I respect their copyright on my Facebook group, Needle Free for All. I'll only share legal and free designs, the only free designs that are legal, I should say. And we just passed our first year anniversary, and we're working on our second year. And I had a lovely new member join, and her name is, I'm going to mispronounce this, but Sharada, and she had such a lovely post that she put on Needle Free for All. And you're watching this, Sharada, I meant what I said. Sometimes, and especially this weekend's been a rough weekend, and sometimes you wonder, is it all worth it? And then God sends me a lovely comment like yours. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I also want to thank some regular viewers of my YouTubes who are so good about leaving me comments. And I have this, I want to call them out. And their names are Annette, Amanda, and of course the Les, which is the Leslie, my best friend. Thank you so much for your comments. They are definitely like hugs, and I feel the love when you comment. So thank you so much for always taking the time not only to comment, but to watch this big old fat face just blather on. I have spent $30.18, and I spent $1.30 on two skeins of DMC 208 for my Gloria, and then I spent $1.55 on a color copy. Doreen Jones had a half price sale. I bought 5 patterns for $13.89. And there's one Halloween one that I got that's reminded me of my sister, so I thought maybe I'll stitch that for her. There was one that reminded me of my best friend, and I'm not going to tell you what that is because she's watching, and I just might stitch that for her. And then there was this one, and I love the colors, the pink and the blue, especially the pink. And I thought, I want to stitch that for my beautiful home. So those were 3 of the 5. Let's see, I can't remember what the other 2 are right off the bat. And then Soda Stitch had a 20% off sale. And I do want to say that if you are on Facebook and you're haven't joined Soda Group on Facebook, do so, because she posts free designs on there. And her latest was a Santa, and just the Santa face, and I saw it on Instagram, so I checked it out this morning. Really, really cute. And so go there and get that. But she had 20% off on her patterns, her electronic patterns. These are the ones you download. And I got 8 patterns. There was one that was a bundle of 6, and there was 2 singles. But let me show you these. So I think I paid about $6 or so for the bundle of 6, and then these were like $3. But look at that. Is that not the cutest? My mother would just go freaky nuts over it. That sort of reminded me of the 7 Dwarfs. So I did. I got 13 patterns, and I spent about $27 for 13 patterns. So, and those are 2 designers, and Doreen Jones is just the most generous designer. There's 2 Facebook groups, one for people who like to stitch her, and then there's for Doreen Jones the artist. And on the one, Doreen Jones the artist, every Friday she has a free design on there. She really has cute stuff. Halloween, her stuff was really cute, and it's still there. So if you're not having, I don't know if you have to join that or whether you just like it and you can access the patterns. But when you go on Facebook, if you're on some of those designers groups, any designer group, look in the file section, and there'll be a lot of them have free designs in the file section that you can download. So that is a big, huge tip, and I love it. So let's see. Doreen Jones's were $2.77 a piece, because I did the math. For the 5 of them were $2.77 a piece, and the soda stitch ones were $1.68 a piece, because I had 8 of them. So let's see. Leslie and I, when we Skyped, we had the best conversation. We always have great conversations, but we were talking about other FlossTube channels. And I'm not going to talk smack about anybody else's FlossTube channel. Lord knows they talk smack about mine. I don't care, but I don't want to be that person that spews hate. I might have it in my head, and I do fight it, because the Lord has impressed upon me that I need to love my neighbors. Even when their cat gets in my yard and kills bunnies and birds, I'm supposed to love that person. What can I say? Okay. There could be a murder. My next door neighbor could be found hanging by her ponytail in the backyard with one of her Christmas ornaments in her mouth, dead. And then 2 days later, her cat be hanging, was strangled by some tinsel around his neck. But that's just a thought. That's a premise for a book. One of those cozy mysteries. Okay, so what Leslie and I were talking about is we were talking about the YouTube or FlossTube creators whose videos add value to our lives, to our hobby, and that is something that I want my FlossTube or my FlossTube video to do, is to add value to your day, to add value to your stash through the freebies, and to encourage you to look to a spiritual kind of a attitude in your life. And I don't care if you're Christian, if you're Buddhist, you're Hindu, you're Muslim. I don't care. I think it's really, really important, because no matter what religion you are, I believe we all have the same God that we worship. And I know how much value that's added to my life. I've never been so happy in my life. I've never stitched more than I've stitched for this past year. And I feel so accomplished. Not because of the quantity or the amount, but because I spent that quiet time stitching something I enjoy, contemplating the Lord. It's just enriching all aspects of my life. And I want to inspire creativity in you. You don't have to spend a lot of money to really have stash. It's not a contest. It's not. Don't do what I've done for the past, close to 40 years, trying to stuff holes or wounds in myself with stuff. Don't do that. Those things don't bring your soul contentment. Does that make sense? So, be creative. Make yourself tools. You don't have to buy tools. Some things you might have to, but this is a piece of crap back scratcher that I got from my employer at welcome season when I worked at the call center. And the damn thing, it really is not very good. This thing twirls around and stuff. And I don't know why I didn't throw it away, but when I was cleaning up couple of years ago, I thought, oh my gosh, I glued a magnet on the end of that puppy. And it's great for picking up needles. It'll pick up my scissors, my tweezers, whatever. And I just hot glued a rare earth magnet to the, and I had the rare earth magnets. I bought some from Amazon. I've made my own needle minders, and like I said in my last video, I have 9 too many. But yeah, these things, this is, to me, is, I don't know how much those telescoping ones are. They're really expensive. And one of those picker-upper thingies, I bought one at the Dollar Tree, and it's not as well made as the ones you can pick up at Walmart or whatever. But I actually have it downstairs in my laundry room because I can't get down to the bottom of my washing machine to get all the clothes out when they're wet. And that thing works great. And so it just stays down there. And they don't have them very often, but I think I'll get one more, and I'll put a magnet on it so that I can pick things up that are maybe a little bit bigger. But here's another thing that I made. And I love this. I use this all the time. And it's a Lazy Susan. And I got two cake tins, or you could get pie tins at the Dollar Tree, and inside one of them are those round marbles. And it just spins around. And I've got my Ort cup. I've got a Dixie cup from the bathroom with a magnet on the bottom because it keeps my scissors and my chapstick and all of that in it, and it won't tip over with the magnet. I've got a big glass jar in there that's got pencils and pens and my piece of crap back scratcher. Needles, spare needles, and there's one of those scissor sharpening things in it. I took a prescription bottle and put hand lotion in it. I've been using that for I don't know how long. Here's my little squeeze bottle with my sponge on it, because I use the sponge, I wet the sponge to wet my floss. I'm not a licker. And there's actually a magnet on the bottom of it and a magnet on the top of my water bottle, so I can it's two in one tool. I have my Scotch tape, my double tape. I have my medical tape, which I use on the edges of my fabric that's not serged. I have my beading needle tin right here. I'm just tearing it up. Then I have this little needle book that my mom made me. And these are those silicone ear plugs. And I got those at Walmart, and since they don't use Thread Heaven, they don't make Thread Heaven anymore, I bought these. I think there's 12 of them in here. And I think when I bought them, I think they were like $3 or $4. I bought several packages of them, probably enough to last me a lifetime. What else? My silky slivers in here for gritting. I have an outlandishly pink nail polish that I use to paint the ends of my metallics so they don't ravel. And I have my free 3x3 measuring square. You put on the corner of your fabric to measure down 3 inches. Oh, and this is my beading tin. I've got my beading needles in it. I've got a magnetic freebie that I got, and I even put another magnet in it. It's also got my beading threader in it. I can't really see that. But this is one of those gift card tins that I had gotten one year. So honestly, there's nothing in there that's like one of those pre-bought tools. None of them. I actually wound up a little ball of yarn and stuck it in my Ort cup, which is a little cup I probably paid $1/4 for at the thrift shop. And I put it in the bottom because the metallics stick to that, but they want to pop out of the empty cup. So, but I have a pin cushion that was made for me when Lee and I went down to the Silver Needle retreat one year. There was a couple of ladies that shared our room with us, and she had made this, and I have that little orc bag too that's attaches to it. But yeah, that's my pin cushion, and those are oh, and I didn't show you, but I use a lot of these binder clips for my fabric, for folding my fabric up and stuff. So, and they're attached to the lip of the cake pan. And I love this thing. I love my Lazy Susan. It's right here. And I also took a picture. Now this I did spend money on a lot at Walmart, and I submitted a picture of my Christmas and had it made into a mouse pad. So as I sit here and stitch and watch whatever, Curse of Oak Island or movies on Hallmark or whatever, picture of my family right there, all the beautiful souls in my life. It's just missing my best friend Leslie and her beautiful daughter Kathleen. And one day they're going to come and visit, and then we'll have a family picture complete. So I guess what I'm just trying to inspire you with is that yes, you need needles. Yes, you need fabric. Yes, you need floss. Those things you do have to buy. You do have to. I would suggest a nice pair of scissors. But really and truly, your needs and your wants, you have to decide what's a need and what's a want. This is the thing that feeds my soul. This is the thing that I do almost every single day. And it brings me a lot of joy and happiness and peace. Something that's eluded me so badly in life. But things started to turn around when when Orrin came into my life in 2011. And God is healing me. I was a broken person, and I still am. But the world is filled with broken people. We're all broken in one way or another. So, but I encourage you, the world is out of control. I don't go out of the house much at all. I don't like to. And in fact, last Thursday we took my husband to his eye appointment. He was having a problem with a side effect from taking that first COVID shot. And so we've been visiting a specialist, and it's cleared up. It's clearing up. It's almost all gone. Thank the Lord, it's almost gone. But I didn't want to go inside and sit in that building with people. And I said to him, I said, Orrin, I said, I'm just going to sit here and read while you're in the doctor's. Is that okay? He said, yeah. So he likes me to be there with him because he doesn't want to drive when his eyes are dilated. And I can't blame him because it was like 4 o'clock and it's getting dark and the sun is in your eyes when you're driving. Yeah. So what I want for my FlossTube channel and for the people who watch my FlossTube channel, I want them to feel the love that I have for them, because I do. I love you all so very much. You're so important to me. And I want you to keep me accountable. I want to inspire you and challenge you and encourage you that this is, yeah, Anyways, I promise to always try to bring value to your day. Your time is valuable. You only have a certain amount of time on the face of the earth. And the day that I think that I can't add value to your day through encouraging or knowledge or sharing or helping you with, be creative. I'm always looking to other people for creativity. That's the day that I won't do this anymore. I'll never be dishonest with you. I will never ask you for anything except for, let me find it because it's in here, because I had it just a minute ago and now this is just gonna ruin it because now I can't. Oh, here it is. The only thing I will remind you of is and you can't see it, but it says artwork by Sunroom Stitcher. So, yeah, my blog, as always, my blog, on the right, the left-hand side, it's got a list of free, links to free designs. It also has inspiration. And one of those inspirations is that I found a conversion chart from DMC to Mill Hill beads, or Mill Hill beads to DMC. So if you don't want to use a bead, you can use this conversion chart to figure out what you can make a French knot with a DMC. Also, let's see. Oh, something else. I've been sorting through old jewelry. I have mismatched earrings and stuff like that. Some of them would be ideal charms for cross stitch. If it's a post, like so, you could cut off the back. And you could actually sew it on instead of like a crystal or something like that. Would that not be cool? Yeah. I've got like little ladybug and little hearts, stuff like that. So yeah. Oh darn, and I didn't, this is already 33. Well, I guess this one's going to have to wait. I do have final tally on my stitching for this year because I know I'm not going to finish Gloriana, and I'm so I really did accomplish more than I thought I did this year. Certainly not like other people, but I'm not other people, I'm me. And let's see, I've got links for really good free designs. There is a Live to Stitch blog, and this gal was diagnosed with breast cancer. She started blogging, but she cross-stitched, and she actually has designs, free designs that she had created, and they're really good. And I guess, was it last year or the year before she passed away, but her blog still lives on, and I felt great sadness, really, because she was a very talented designer. Great things. She left behind a family. She wasn't that old. So you might want to check out her blog and give her some love. Corinne's blog, it's a French blog. I love the French designers. She has an archive by year of free designs, and I think there's 10 years, at least 10 years worth of archives there for you. Daily cross stitch. You sign up for the for her emails, and she offers one free design a day. They're like coloring box or coloring book kind of designs. A lot of them aren't my style. I'm not into snarky or designs. I just can't even begin to imagine stitching filthy words and hanging them up. Not that her stuff is, but there are some things that I think aren't appropriate. Anyways, that's a place where you can get daily free designs too. You do have to go through a checkout process, but she doesn't ask for payment method. What else? Anyways, keep your credit cards in your wallet. Don't let these people steal your money at Christmas, even with all the great sales. Be reasonable. And I think I'm going to leave you with this. It's from 1 Peter 5:7. Cast all of your anxiety on him. He cares for you. He does. I see the signs everywhere. I know he loves you because he loves me. So with that, Sunroom Stitcher, I love you and God bless you.